just say where are you, Pickin' Vinny, when I need you? There was this duo back in the day in Constableville, or at least in the surrounding areas of Constableville. It wasn't Constableville itself, Constableville, New York, where they had a duo called Fiddlin' Phil and Pickin' Vinny, which is interesting because I worked with Vinny for so many years, but for a couple of years there. But I never met Phil, as much as you're supposed to be this relatively well-known duo there. I never met him. Met Pickin' Vinny, though. Had a joke every single day we worked in the garden together. There's a garden at Constable Hall, right off of Route 26. If you ever blink or actually manage to keep your eyes open long enough to be able to notice there's a village there between one end of Constableville and the other. Especially if you're coming down off the hill and you actually come down and go through. You get the one, catch the one, miss. If you actually catch the one light that actually exists on there, at least I think there's still one light there. Without skating through, you won't even notice you've even been there because you can quite literally blink or get distracted by what's on your cell phone and you never know you were there. Village of 300 people. Anyway, Pickin' Vinny. Told the joke a day. Sitting while we were working in that garden, there's a Constable Hall was the guy who, John Constable, I think his name was, who founded the town. And his hall is still there. It's a tourist attraction. It has been for years. And the garden that's in the back of it, I worked it for, I don't know, 3 years, 2 years, I can't remember. 2 years for gardening, 1 year I was in the hall itself trying to do just general maintenance. Back when they had those work programs that we had to take. Anyway, so sitting in that garden, weeding out the stuff, taking occasional breaks in the 90-degree heat. The sweltering 90-degree, muggy 90, 95, 98-degree heat. Yeah. Never got to 100, I don't think. Maybe did, I don't remember. He always had a joke. And we're talking, this is 1990, yeah. So it's like, didn't have cell phones then. Couldn't record all of his jokes as he said them. Just a really sweet guy. Why did I bring him up? No fucking idea. Feeling awful sentimental today. Feeling awful nostalgic today because I wonder what it's like for kids today. I have a daughter of my own, but because they let her mother keep her, and I get visitation only. And of course now half of you out there, because I'm convinced it's actually what it was when it comes to me and my life. Every time you sit there and say to somebody, especially if you're the guy, because if you're the girl, it's a different story. But if you sit there and you're the guy and say all you got was visitation, you didn't get custody or anything else, everybody just assumes you're an asshole. You must have been domestic violence. You must have been abusive, you must have been cruel, you must have been all these things. And it's like, yeah. Or I just happen to be a guy. Because I know the guys out there that have dealt with family court will know this. Family court don't care about guys. If you're a male in this country and you're going to family court, you might as well. You could just stay home and beat yourself bang your fucking head against the wall, you'll get more luck out of it. Because you're basically just going there to be abused. Tell you just how worthless you really are in the face of raising Arch to the future when it comes to that. If you end up in court, judgment for your birth. If you end up in court, family court about custody of your child and you're a male, unless you're super rich, by the time you're done, you'll be bleeding from the asshole. I don't know what it's like for kids today. What do kids have to deal with? Nothing to hope for. Nothing to believe in. I'm told they spend all their time talking about identity politics and making you feel comfortable with yourself. They don't actually teach you anything. They don't make you learn anything. They don't even try to make you learn stuff. They don't care. Oh, and of course, there's also the YouTube videos that explain how the teachers are all miserable because they can't stand the kids anymore because the kids do nothing but challenge them and argue with them about every single thing. And every time they decide to put the children in line, the parents get up there and try to say that their parents are beautiful little snowflakes and you can't yell at them and all the rest of it, which means when they're home, they're just as bad. So we have an entire generation of spoiled little brats about to be moved into the world. I think they're super fucking important because they don't realize just how really mind-numbingly difficult life can be when you go out there believing that you're somehow special. Because you're not. What you do may be special, like if you actually manage to achieve something in this life that actually matters to some degree. But as for who you are, I wonder how many of today's celebrities are going to be remembered tomorrow. Did you ever stop to think about that? I mean, there's a lot to consider between now and tomorrow. Fall of America, right? Because America's definitely going to collapse at some point. Probably sooner than later, the way fucking Trump is doing things. And then, of course, there's the AI thing. Because AI is already... People are so busy investing in AI, they really just don't care if there's no jobs for people. They don't even give a shit what happens to the rest of us if there is no way for us to work. So what is the kid supposed to do? What am I supposed to tell my daughter? What is she supposed to do for her future? What is she supposed to reach toward? Just try really hard. I mean, it's worse for her than it was for me. I mean, it's bad enough for me. 50 years old sitting here realizing that everything I've ever been told about life is a fucking joke. Try really hard and do really well and nothing Cutting the deck suddenly. Card is the 9 of Wands for Defiance. Don't give up, kids. Keep fighting. For what? I don't know. But just keep fighting, because that's what Defiance means. I'm defiant. I'm defiant because I'm sitting here trying to do this instead of fucking trying to... Because I don't know how to pull myself back in there. I just watched a video the other day that... I think it was yesterday, actually. And explained that Ford was the one that came up with a 40-hour week. And explain why. 40-hour work week is perfect. Perfect because it saps you exactly of all the energy you need so that you're constantly tired and surrendered to a system that cannot and will not and refuses to allow you to do anything other than work. Once you attach yourself to a job for that 40-hour work week, that's what your life is. Your life is just given away. You don't have time for anything else. That's why I've always laughed that the first thing that I got out of the gate that screwed me over was the fact that I was one of those kids that was really good at what they did when I came to school, especially writing, because I would put an A+ up on the fucking wall every friggin' chance I got. I mean, Carney, what the fuck his name is, Mr. Carney, I don't remember his first name, I just don't really care at this point, because he never liked me anyway. So if you're watching Carney, although I don't know why the fuck you'd bother, hey, thanks for teaching me how to write, even though you never liked me very much. Not that it fucking did any good to me, because nobody ever had my back anyway, so I never ever published anything, but... Oh, that's not true. Actually, I did publish a couple books on Kindle, which is interesting enough, under the name Xander Payne. Xander Payne, I wrote 3 books. One of them was called The House of the Devil's Sunset, which I should have left as The House of the Black Sunset, because that was the original fucking title, but I changed it because just like everything else what I've been trying to do, I've been trying to figure out how to way to sell what I'm doing so I can actually make a living doing what I want to be fucking doing instead of the shit that I always have to be fucking doing. Poured my heart and soul into that one, but it's too dark, and it's got sex and devils and angels and God theory and devil theory and reality theory and a whole bunch of science fiction. Not really science fiction, it's more like fantasy, really. Biblical theory, religious theory. All rolled into one. Based on the 7 deadly sins, but also a reflection of the 7 of the worst nightmares of my life, and I incorporated it into the book. You can find it on Amazon. Go type it in there. The House of the Devil's Sunset. You'll find it. It's downloadable. I promise if you're easily offended or easily fucking triggered, I promise you will be, because there's something offensive in there for everybody. I didn't hold back. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Gay, straight, and otherwise. I don't know what kids are supposed to do today. I have no. I wouldn't know what to tell you, but I don't know what to tell my daughter. I don't know. She's 13. I don't know what to tell her. What is she supposed to do for her future? It's like, I did everything I was supposed to do. Look where I am. I'm out of work. Just sitting here making YouTube videos, praying somebody's going to actually either watch them long enough so I can actually get into the monetization thing. But no matter what I try, and I don't know if I can blame people. I think it's the algorithm. It's the same fucking thing. It's like we created this monster. We don't even know what we're doing with it. It's this thing that the algorithm doesn't know whether to shit or. I mean, I don't even know if I can blame the algorithm. It doesn't. It can't have evil intentions, can it? I don't know. I'm even making this fucking video because I just got discouraged again. I want you to go over to Purple Ocean because that's where I'm working now. But this is only the 3rd or 4th day. I forget what fucking day it is that I've been working this stupid thing. I already had a negative review. Really starting out great because I woke up. I was sleeping and I had the notifications on. And the way it is right now, I'm doing rushes. So you make a request and then I got an hour to give you your request, which is fine as long as I actually had fucking requests. Like more than one at a time would be nice, and just like make them and then let me knock them down. But instead, it's as usual. It's the same as when I worked the Power Network at the beginning. It's like, even though everybody's supposed to know who Alistair Beaumont is, and you know all my videos and shit, nobody wants to fucking spend any money. Why would you spend money on this shit? It's just entertainment, right? This is a joke, right? This whole thing's a joke. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's fucking 4 more in there. Been studying this shit forever. I got this book. Tarot Made Easy. Yeah. Haven't read all the way through it because it's a little complicated. I mean, I could sit here and read it to you if I wanted to, like read the cards and then slowly go through each one and tell you what the cards mean or whatever. But there is a spiritual significance to this book because this is the book that appeared in that nightmare I had, the worst nightmare of my life, where I supposedly died, which sometimes I actually keep coming back to, thinking the reason why this is not working and the reason why nothing works in my life is because I'm already dead. What I'm doing right now is just dreaming, you see. I haven't been able to accept my death, like Jacob's Ladder. So because I haven't been able to accept my death, to be able to accept this, because this is what I have to accept. Once I accept this, because that was the thing in the dream, right? So you go into the dream, and I was supposed to accept this religious book, this ancient religious tome. And back then I wasn't religious at all. Didn't believe in God, didn't believe in the universe, didn't believe in nothing. I refused to really grab the tome, and when I did, the people turned into hamburgers, the hamburger-faced pizza cheese people. Just everything was all flesh, disheveled flesh with no significant characteristics of the people at all. And they all told me I was dead, repeatedly. Having no way out of the mall that I was in, it was kind of a weird mutation of the mall that I was in when I was a kid. I ran all the way from one end of it to the other, and when I got back to the other end of it, I surrendered because I realized the only way out of the dream, even though I'd actually begged and said, even though I was dreaming, inside the dream, and you're not supposed to die inside your dreams and be able to know that you're dead, but I did. Which is why sometimes I still think this isn't real, none of this is actually happening, this is all just made up in my head, you're all fucking that. The reason why none of this works is because it can't. There's nothing substantial here. So it's like the Matrix. It's like there's nothing really here. Like this, the reason why it doesn't work is because it's not supposed to. I'm making it up. I can't make up a success somehow. Why can't I make the prison, but I can't figure out a way to get out of it if I'm the one making the fucking thing up in my mind? Anyway, so the thing is, I go back and I said, realize the only way out is they're forcing me to accept that religious book. I have to accept God. And if I accept God, then I'll get out. So I grabbed the tome and I said, I surrender, because I was scared to death. They were closing in. There's too many of them. They kept multiplying too. So there's like, the whole fucking mall is filled with them. They're just closing in like a zombie apocalypse where there's no hope for you to get away. And so I said, fuck it. There's only one way out. Grabbed the book and I said, I surrender. Went over to the corner, sat down, and went to open it up. And instead of seeing the book, the tome, the ancient tome, whatever, I saw this. Specifically the back cover. I'm not sure why the back cover is so important. Should we read the back cover to find out? Let's read the back cover to find out. Here's a real breakthrough in interpreting the tarot. Maybe that's supposed to be me. I'm the one who had the breakthrough because of the way I do it. Yeah, I know. I'm not kidding myself either. If you've ever been intrigued by the tarot... Okay, great, wonderful. Oh, yeah. So in the beginning when I accepted the book and decided to do this because, I'm already whining about my fucking potential, I almost nervous breakdown, although I honestly don't know what difference would it make at this point whether I actually had one or didn't have one. Threw my whole thing into this, but nobody wants to watch this shit. I don't know what right now I'm talking to nobody. I'm sure. Let's see, I'm 16 minutes in. By now you've already clicked it off and go watch fucking videos about how Trump is an asshole or how, your favorite movies, or how Christopher Nolan's movie is going to be the biggest disaster ever, even though nobody's fucking seen it yet. And all they want to do is just jump on the fact that Helen of Troy is supposed to be black and it's the end of the fucking world. And it's like, do I know why Christopher Nolan made hair black? No. But do I have faith in Christopher Nolan? Yeah, because he's made some of the very greatest movies that we've ever seen. Okay? So it's like, why am I going to shit all over him if I don't even know what the fuck he's done yet? He's never made a movie I didn't like. So it's like, why would I... And what is this thing about human beings where they want things to fail? Like, why do you want shit to fail? Like, why... It's like this, everybody just gets on the fucking bandwagon and just wants to... It's like everybody just can't wait to grab the pitchfork. There's always where they used to have mobs and shit, they had pitchforks and torches. I always just wonder, like, was that a closet thing? Like, in the old days, did they ever have a closet? And, like, you go to these people's houses, and, yeah, I have a fat and disgusting. I hate my gut right now, but too many days of sitting down here. Basically, there you go. Woo! Yeah, I know, I'm fat shaming myself. Fuck you, don't care. So, anyway, it's my fat, and I'll shame it if I want to. Back in the day, did they have a fucking closet? And it's like, okay, here's the coat, here's the booties, here's the shoes, here's the pitchfork. Always keep the pitchfork in the closet, and here's the torches to go with it. And here's the shit they have to use to light the torches in case we ever need to go lynch anybody. I wonder if that's how it was for the KKK. Did they have a closet for that shit? Like, did they have a KKK closet? Like, everything just goes in the closet? Here's the white robe so we can pretend we hide ourselves and look like fucking ghosts because of some reason we've come up with, and here's the torches, here's the cross. Gotta keep making crosses so we can burn them. Who was the person that had to get the cross? Did they have a cross guy? Is there one person in the KKK that actually was assigned to be the cross guy? Like, he's supposed to carry the cross and he's supposed to take care of it, and he has to carry it around. So like, hey, I'm Murray, and he'd be like, yeah, what? We're having a meeting tonight. Bring the cross. Fuck, man. Do you know how heavy that thing is? Doesn't matter, man. We gotta do it. You're the cross guy. It's your job. Fuck. I don't even do this anymore. I should do this. You're the fucking cross guy. You gotta do the thing, or you're the cross guy. You gotta do it. There you go. You're the cross guy. You're the cross guy. So you gotta bring the cross, and you gotta take care of the torch. Make sure you light the fucking thing up. See, look at that. I look like a guy from Beetlejuice, don't I? Oh, the fuck here. Beetlejuice. Shrunken head. You're not supposed to make shit where you appease people, but at the same time, you're supposed to somehow make money doing this shit. And it's like, okay, well. I thought it was 1,000 subscribers. I thought that was it. So I get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm patting myself on the back because how quickly I got there. I was so happy and thrilled until I find out it's like they need 4,000 fucking hours of whatever it is of fucking watch time behind it. And I have 60. 300. I think it's 300,000, and I have 60. Because you people don't want to watch nothing but just my shorts. Sure, I put my videos up there, but what's the biggest number I've had? 150? 150 views. So it's all just a joke. I'm like fucking McDonald's. And food that counts as food technically, but it doesn't actually give you much nutrition. I wonder how many times I've done this now. Just keep coming back to this thing where you're trying to make your life something special. Soul. Pixar film. And don't get me started on Pixar, okay? Because it's like, you guys just... This thing about Pixar, I'm really... It's like Rotten Tomatoes. You cannot trust the score on Rotten Tomatoes, okay? I just want you to understand that. I want everybody out there to get this, okay? Because if you think you're getting the 100% honest fucking score when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, you're wrong. There's nothing honest in the fucking world anymore. Everything is manipulated, controlled. You're not getting the truth from anything anymore. There is no truth to be had. What you're getting right now, for me, is the truth. And like fucking the movie They Live, where some guy was actually trying to tell them the truth and wake them up from the zombie apocalypse they've gotten themselves into. Because in They Live, the whole thing was that aliens had taken over society and brainwashed everybody into complacency, which is pretty much what happened here without the aliens. Well, of course, they actually are here, and then it won't matter anyway. But the point is, every time somebody wanted to tell them the truth, it would break the buzz in their heads, and so they all get headaches, and they want to change the channel. Which is probably how you feel right now if you even bother to stay watching me, since we're 20 minutes in, so I know nobody's watching by now. But anyway. And of course I went off subject, so now I can't remember where the fuck I was. I'm gonna stop this video, figure out where I was, so I can pick up where I left off. Sorry about the interruption, folks. It's easy for me to lose my train of thought. I should just write everything down. I should just sit here and spout all this shit out, because what difference does it make? Does anything make any difference? Time to cut the cards! Three of Cups. Hey, there's a suggestion that you are actually entertained by this and you'll actually give a shit. But I'm not holding my fucking breath, let me tell you. I mentioned Soul. I also mentioned Rotten Tomatoes. The reason why I know Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit is because of the story of Speed Racer. Now, the following story doesn't actually have, I don't have any proof. I do have some proof. I have some proof. But the proof that I have is not much for proof because people have shot it down in the past because they don't either want to believe me or just don't give a shit. Probably the latter. I'm going to go take this on. The story of Speed Racer. You're going to enjoy this. Seriously. So they made this with the Wachowskis are my favorite directors. It's a pity because right now they're not even the Wachowskis anymore. They basically split up. So now I got one doing whatever the fuck he's doing or she's doing. Oh, that's right. They're both she's now. I don't mean any disrespect to that. I don't. It's hard to keep this shit straight. Okay? I didn't mean any dick. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I'm not. I'm not. Lana Wachowski's awesome. I understand that Lana Wachowski, because when you looked at the Wachowski brothers before, when you had Larry and I'm not going to remember the other one because I just can't right now. It made sense to me that Larry would become Lana when you just looked at the way he. And I'm not trying to dead name him. I'm not up with this crap. So if I offend you, please stop. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to talk, and I'm tired of going back over my own shit just to make sure I don't offend your sensible. I don't care. So if you're too sensitive, then just I'm sorry. Okay? I'm not trying to fucking piss you off. I'm just trying to talk, which gets harder and harder since I have to fucking do all these little asterisks to make sure I have to go back and not offend anybody. It's fucking exhausting. Anyway. I understood just by mannerisms, the way that he talked and the way he acted and the rest of it. When Larry became Lana, it was obvious. When you see Lana now, you actually see her. It just makes sense. She is absolutely alive. I mean, if there was ever a case where you wanted to do like transgenderism and really punch it home instead of do it with all the other horse shit that's going on in the world with all the other things, you just have to look at Lana Wachowski the way it was before and the way she is now. Because, I mean, it's just obvious. She's such a beautiful person. You can just tell. Everything about her, it just emanates beauty from the fucking inside out. It's just, she's just literally come alive. Unfortunately then, and I say unfortunately because it's just an opinion. I don't actually approve of this, but her brother followed her, and I think he became Lily, and I'm like, It was not as obvious. That one I'm not sure. I don't know if he did it because, and no offense to him, I don't know. I don't want to piss you off, wherever because you are my favorite directors. But I also know you both went your separate ways. You're doing your own projects and shit. So I don't mean any disrespect. I just, when you see Lily, it's like it's not as obvious. And sometimes I just get this thing in my head where I'm just like, were you just copying her because that's how you guys are because you're close? I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. Just ignore all that. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to offend Lana. I'm not trying to offend nobody. It's just thoughts, okay? So if you're offended, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry right now. You don't have to go and ban my channel or do something fucking dumb. Just, I'm sorry, okay? It's just thoughts, ideas. I don't know. If you had this stuck up your butt, you'd be an angry bird too. No, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I don't want to fucking hurt anybody. You know, everybody wants to hurt the fuck out of me all the time. But anyway, Lana Wachowski goes out and she makes Speed Racer. But Speed Racer was coming out at the same time as Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. One of the worst goddamn movies that has ever been made in planet Earth. And no, you fucking do not get to change me on that one. I don't care. There was something funny about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull since day one. There was something weird about it. It's one of those movies that spits at itself. There's a bunch of movies in the past I've noticed, series and stuff that they try to make, where the movies that they make is made by people that don't give a fuck about the source material, and it spits in its face. Animal Farm comes to mind right now. The original Animal Farm, the story that Orwell wrote versus the thing that's out in the theaters, or was out in the theaters here a minute ago. Yeah, it's like it spits in the face of Animal Farm. It's actually taking the concept and laughing at it, which is not... This is going to sound like a strange reference, but for a long time, having my daughter grow up the way she was, we were watching the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series, and it's an excellent series. For any parent out there that would like to watch it or share it with your children, it is an excellent series. The first 6 seasons of it were absolutely wonderful. I personally enjoyed watching it, and that's hard to do. You can't always find a program that you can stomach with your kids, especially the really young ones. But My Little Pony Friendship Magic, they had great characters, great voice acting, the plots were good, the stories were creative. I really, really enjoyed it. I really loved it. I even have favorite episodes. I have favorite people. I know it makes me a brony, but my opinion on the whole brony thing is that the only reason why bronies exist is because all of a sudden they came up with that weird cross thing where the ponies who are, and I don't want to go into this long thing about My Little fucking Pony. I guess I'm going to leave that up here. I'm going to put that on the list. My Little Pony Friendship is magic and bronies. Because my point was that when they made them teenagers, that's when the whole brony thing appeared, and there's a reason behind that. Anyway, Speed Racer comes out, but it comes out at the same time as Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And back then it was Metacritic that was the thing that I was looking into. And Metacritic is where the evidence is for what I'm about to make the argument for. Because I believe, I believe wholeheartedly that not only did, My Little Pony movie spits in the face of My Little Pony. That's what I was saying. My Little Pony splits in the, because if you watch the movie is an insult to the show, but not only that, but the characters make fun of it. Like, it's like the whole thing is literally just spitting in its face. It was using the source material and just making a joke about the whole thing. I mean, it's insultingly stupid. It's kind of like Minecraft, right? Minecraft does not support Minecraft. Minecraft makes fun of Minecraft. Minecraft is a joke. The Minecraft movie is a fucking joke. It's like there's plenty of shit you could have gone with Minecraft and made it an actual movie with an actual story. Since actual stories have been written about Minecraft, you could have incorporated, but instead you just decided to make it a Jack Black vehicle and just make every joke you could possibly conceive about it, how fucking dumb it is. So it's like, yeah. In my opinion, that's what Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was. It's a joke. They were making fun of Indiana Jones. The thing that actually made them so much money and all the rest of it. It's like, speaking of the Wachowskis, the Matrix Resurrections is similar to that. It's basically just spitting in the face of the Matrix because it's making fun of it all. I mean, they even used the Matrix as the film in order to brought it into the movie, and it feels like they were making fun of it, which is weird. Like, I know what Lana Wachowski's point was that she was trying to kill it so that it wouldn't make any more Matrixes, but there's still Matrix 5 coming. See, the problem is you guys were way ahead of your time, okay? I love the Matrix trilogy, love the Matrix, all of it, except for Resurrections, that's garbage, but I love the whole thing. I love the story, I love the concept, I love the idea and all the rest of it. I love how much thought went into it, but I mean, you guys just got ahead of yourselves. It's like, it's not your fault either. You went to a place of just really awesome creativity and intelligence, and people don't appreciate it today. I mean, I don't know how much they ever did in the past either, but if you're too smart, trying to make it so that the world actually believes there's a possibility to make a world where we're all at peace and we don't kill each other all the time. Oh, you silly fucks. Anyway, getting back to Speed Racer. Promise this time I'm going to try to stay on target. Speed Racer comes out, and the Metacritic goes in and reviews it, and I'm reading the reviews for Metacritic when it comes to Speed Racer. But at the same time, I'm also watching the reviews for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because just like every other person on planet Earth, I assume Steven Spielberg actually knew how to make movies still. So I go to see this fucking thing, and it is a piece of shit. I don't care what you say. You love it, you hate it, whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? Because here's the thing: there's certain things you can't. There's certain things you can argue about, and there's certain things you can't. If you take, for example, you take The Godfather. Most people agree Godfather is a 4-star movie. If you don't agree that Godfather is a 4-star movie, you can't say it's a 1-star movie. Like, there's no human being on earth, I think, no matter how much you hate it, okay? If you hate The Godfather, it's a personal attack that you have against The Godfather. But there's no way you can tell me that it's not a well-made movie. You just can't. It's just not true, okay? I mean, I don't care. It's like you can have bad opinions about it because of your own personal bias or whatever, but you cannot fucking say it wasn't a good movie, okay? Just like you can't say that the Minecraft movie is a 4-star fucking movie. See what I'm saying? It's like there's no fucking way it's a 4-star movie. All right. So you take Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and fine. You know what? You enjoyed it. Great. It's 3 stars. Fine. I can't argue with you. Fine. It's in the middle or whatever. But anything more than 3 stars, and you're full of shit. There's absolutely no way. I mean, I've never seen anything so ridiculously. It spits in the face of everything that matters about Indiana Jones. It's almost like you could feel Steven Spielberg laughing at the people when they went to see it, going, "Thanks, suckers! 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I can put Dick on the screen. Dick, D-I-C-K, making a movie, and you motherfuckers will pay for it just because I'm Steven Spielberg." But the thing that scared me was this, because I went to see it. That was the summer I went to see. I saw The Dark Knight 4 times. Yeah. Saw The Dark Knight 4 times, saw Speed Racer twice, saw Wall-E, no, it was Speed Racer 3 times, saw Wall-E twice, all in the theater that summer. And that same summer, I also watched Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So I was curious because I hated it. I wanted to walk out in the middle of it. I remember actually the part where he has the snake where they have to try to tell him it's a rope instead of a snake so he can handle it, so he can crawl himself out of the fucking quicksand. Yeah, that's a 4-star movie. And I remember actually just falling back on my chair and just looking up at the ceiling going, why am I watching this? Because I swear you could just hear Steven laughing at us all, because it's like he just I can... Go back to making movies, you fuck. It's craptacular. I hope Disclosure Day isn't another cash grab. It probably is. I've lost faith in him years ago. But anyway. And then I watched Speed Racer, and Speed Racer got destroyed by the critics. And it got trashed at the box office, and it was bombed. I even remember one of the times, I don't remember which one of the 3 times I saw it, but I remember listening to people as they walked out of the movie when they were walked out about at the end of the movie when they left, and they said, "I don't understand why they said this was a bad movie. I loved it." So you go to Metacritic and you actually look at the reviews, and it shows Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And okay, first of all, you have the critics. Second of all, you have the people, right? So you got the critics over here, and you got the people. And then it's the same for Speed Racer, of course. So it's like you look at the numbers, you look at the patterns, right? So for the critics for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, oh my God, it's the fucking greatest movie ever. Everybody should go see this. 4 fucking stars. I'm not kidding. More than one reputable source is supposed to be a fucking intelligent human being gave this goddamn thing 4 stars. So everybody, a critic over here, is just kissing ass up the ass. It's a fucking masterpiece. It's just the greatest film since sliced bread. Oh my God. Great. Okay? So that's up here. And then the people are like, you have to be fucking kidding. Like, they were like, this is the stupidest piece of shit I've ever seen. So it's like, you just raped Indiana Jones. So it's like, especially that great South Park episode. Remember that? You just raped Indiana Jones, right? So this is how it looks for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, Speed Racer. The critics absolutely destroyed it. They said it was one of the worst pieces of shit that's ever made, and the thing that always killed me about that was the main argument that repeated itself over and over again in Metacritic about that particular thing was it had too many colors. Too many colors. That's a legitimate criticism for a fucking movie. So what are you supposed to say about black and white? It didn't have enough? Casablanca would have been great if it just was in color, but unfortunately it didn't have enough colors, so I have to give it a fucking F. Like what? And the people, on the other hand, way to fuck up here. Got it? So this is Speed Racer. And this is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Speed Racer, all the critics are saying the exact same thing. They repeat themselves. Too many colors, 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 too many colors. It's in every fucking review. Too many colors, too many colors, too many colors. As if apparently everybody that was there had a real hard time when you just see a lot of color. I don't know why. I guess that's what explains why right now we have the obsession with blue and fucking orange in every goddamn movie and television show there is on planet fucking Earth, which drive me up a wall. Because that's the easiest way to make the CGI shit if you have blue and orange in every fucking thing you possibly see. I can't stand it anymore. There used to be filters, there used to be colors, there used to be things. Go back to fucking Technicolor. Do anything other than just blue and fucking orange all the time, every day, every shot. You think the entire world just lost all its colors. Need to enter a tarot thing here, so it'll be a tarot thing on my channel. Ooh, the Seven of Cups. I'm taking a terrible risk, but it's going to pay off. Fuck me. Sure. I'd buy that for $1. Like I said, you probably all quit by now, unless you find this entertaining. Hopefully you find it entertaining. Whatever. I can't figure out how to make anything else now, so this one I'm making. If this isn't what you want, then I don't know what to tell you. If you want more, how about you actually like, put something in the comments and say you want to see more? Interact. Engage. Not holding my breath. So, too many colors for Speed Racer. But Crystal Skull is a 4-star movie. You wouldn't believe how many fucking people gave this thing 4 stars. Oh my God. It's The Godfather for Indiana Jones. And I mean, at one point, his name escapes me suddenly, the one that his whole career went out the window when he decided to actually challenge Steven Spielberg and told him his movie wasn't so fucking good, so he ruined his life. The one that was in Transformers. I can't think of his name all of a sudden for some reason. It'll come back to me when I don't. Shia LaBeouf. There it is. That was that easy enough. Shia LaBeouf is in a movie where Shia LaBeouf is trying to comb his hair with Coca-Cola, where he's standing on Jeeps that are driving down, and he's cross-legged. So you got Jeep number 1 and Jeep number 2, and he's fighting with a guy. So good guy, bad guy. I think Marion is driving this one. Bad guy's driving it. And here's him, and here's the bad guy. And they're fighting because the bad guy doesn't understand. All you gotta do is just speed up, and he'd fucking lose his footing and fall into it, but that doesn't matter.
Ball. Can you spell ball? B-A-L-L. Ball.
To say nothing of Shia LaBeouf deciding to play Jungle Hunt, where all of a sudden he sees all the CGI monkeys and learns how to swing vines with them because 4-star movie, huh? Whew, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, and I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad if it was just one guy since the 4-star movie, whatever. But they all had it, like every single one. And then for Shia LaBeouf to say to Steven, hey, you know, we could have done a better job, and then Steven goes out of his way to wreck his career, which he did. He totally wrecked his career. The reason why Shia LaBeouf is now the whatever you call it, the lower circuit, independent circuit now, is because he stood up to fucking Steven Spielberg, and Spielberg ruined his life. Because now Spielberg is a god. He's not a filmmaker anymore. Now he's Jesus. He's Jewish Jesus. He's the Messiah. What's the point of all this? I firmly believe, without a doubt, that it was a corrupt job. It's a snow job. Steven Spielberg knew that Speed Racer was a better movie. Speed Racer had the potential to be a completely amazing movie, and so he made sure it wasn't one. The critics that went up there were made sure that it's like, you're going to tell me that my movie's great, and you're going to make sure the Speed Racer is not. And the Metacritic kind of points that out. So all these critics went up there and gave it 4 stars to fucking Indiana Jones, was the same people that gave Speed Racer nothing. Because It's just a piece of shit. And they went out of their way to make sure everybody understood it was a piece of shit so that it would bomb at the office and not challenge Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a shitty fucking movie. And Speed Racer would have been a blockbuster, but we can't let Steven Spielberg get away without having a blockbuster every single time he farts and records it on a fucking video and films something. So you want to sit here and take all that and then tell me this Rotten Tomatoes isn't fucking sitting there? Come on. Come on. Come on. Rotten Tomatoes is trying to sit there telling me the Super Mario Galaxy movie is great. Super Mario Brothers movie wasn't fucking great. The plot is awful. Super Mario Brothers movie isn't even a fucking movie about the Super Mario Brothers. The movie should have been called the Super Princess Peach movie. She didn't require Mario to save her. She saved herself. Mario wasn't even there to save her. He just shows up at the end of the movie. She claims in the middle of it she needs Mario, and I'm like, for what? He doesn't do anything. Luigi does even less. The only thing they do is at the end, they drag him all into the real world and he touches the star. There's the big final act for fucking Mario and how important he is to the plot. He touches the star, which makes him invincible, and that's how he's able to kick Koopa's ass. Anybody could have done it. Toad could have fucking done it. But then we go out and make Super Mario Galaxy, and now it's the biggest grossing movie of all time because I like video games. Yeah, I do too. Speaking of shit that pisses me off, the Elio thing pissed me off because everybody told everybody that Elio was such a shitty movie. The critics ripped that one apart too, and I'm like, okay. The reason why Elio got the shit kicked out of it, speaking of corruption, which is why I'm done with the whole rating system. The reason why Elio got torn apart is because Elio originally was supposed to be a movie about the whole queer thing, you see? And now I already pissed off half of you because I didn't say it correctly or whatever. It was supposed to be a quote-unquote queer movie. So it was supposed to be a movie about how Elio was queer, I guess. And then he's supposed to feel out of place. And I don't understand how it would have mattered with the aliens and the rest of the plot because I actually liked Elio. I loved Elio. That was a wonderful movie. Elio is a story about a kid who loses his parents. He ends up with his aunt, and because he's not completely devoid of intelligence, when he hears people talk to the aunt, he hears things and processes it like a kid would. So the aunt is like, for example, at one point he's supposed to be waiting for his dinner, and he's hiding under the table, and he listens to his aunt, who's talked to by a fellow coworker, who, oh my God, I'm so sorry about your sister, and whatever, and now you can't be an astronaut like you wanted to. Oh my God, that's so sad. Whatever. Elio hears all this, and all he can translate is, "I'm the reason my aunt can't be a fucking astronaut. If I wasn't here, then she could be an astronaut and get what she wants. So what I need to do is I need to leave. I need to get out of here." And he finds himself in the some wing in the thing where he gets to hear about the Voyager and all the rest of it. So he spends the rest of the movie trying to contact aliens because he wants to leave. He doesn't want to be a burden on his aunt anymore. But what he doesn't understand is that his aunt actually loves him. It's just the problem is that the aunt's trying to be a single parent all of a sudden out of nowhere. And also try to balance her job and balance the responsibilities of being... Because she's also in the military, so it's like there's a whole bunch of shit she's got to deal with all at once. Including the reprimands that have to come because of Elio and his behavior and the shit that he gets into and all the rest of it. So it's like... And then Elio finally goes off to the aliens and he meets this really cool friend and there's this awesome story behind all the rest of it. And I cannot figure for the life of me how the fuck the whole queer thing was supposed to fit into it because Elio's like, what, 10? And I don't understand how like the sexual preference ends up in a movie about like this. How would that have made a better movie? His sexual preference at 10? I don't remember having a goddamn sexual preference at 10. The only thing I remember at 10 was being awkward around girls. I don't remember anything else. Like, am I wrong? If things advanced, are we teaching the kids early about 10 years old about whether or not, do we want 10-year-olds to be thinking about sex at fucking 10? This reminds me of the shit about Lightyear. Everybody wanted to rip Lightyear apart. You guys all decided to rip Lightyear apart, and you're all on the same bandwagon for saying Lightyear's a shitty movie, but the whole thing is based on one stupid fucking concept. It has nothing to do with the plot, or the characters, or the way it was written, or acted, or anything about the rest of it. It has to do with the kiss. That's it. You all fucking bought it because everybody unanimously agreed the movie was shit because two women kissed in the movie. A kiss that lasted less than a second. One peck. One of those fucking, pecks you give to somebody you've been for 30 goddamn years. Where you want to come home and you ever see fucking The Birdcage, right? Nathan Lane and fucking Robin Williams. You know that quick little peck that he has when he walks in? Good morning. And then they give it a little kiss. A little fucking quick Nothing to it. That was the kiss. That's it. That was the whole thing. It's like it's supposed to be offensive. It's like, oh my God, they brought lesbian and them into the movie. It's terrible. It's supposed to be a movie for children. Oh God, whatever. It's like, who gives a fuck? The kiss was less than a second. It's not like they went to the back room and started fucking, for Christ's sake. You all you went along with it. Like, oh, it's a shitty movie, whatever. It's like, oh, it's not a shitty movie. Sorry, it's not. It might not be the movie you thought it was supposed to be, and it might not be the movie you hoped it was supposed to be, but it's not a shitty movie. Is it the best fucking movie I've ever seen? No. But is it is it this fucking disaster that deserves to be shit on every time somebody? No. 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 And neither does Elio. You can't just go along with what everybody tells you. That's the problem. Don't you understand how we got here? Oh, here I am preaching again. Oh, there goes the last of you. They all just gave up and they all left it later now. Whatever. You let people dictate and tell you how to live your life, then your life's never going to be any different than it is right now. And why you're miserable? You don't have a life. You have a life according to what they want you to have a life to. Why am I miserable? Because I'm trying to fight it and I'm not getting anywhere. Which I guess is a bad message for you, because it basically means you don't want to end up like me, so you should just keep marching along in unison and doing whatever they tell you. Someday they'll regret it. Forced movement, see? If you do what if you try to make everybody else happy your whole life, you'll never make yourself happy. You'll never make them happy either, because they don't know what happiness is. All they want is to be left alone, or they want to take something from you, or they want to get something from you. It's the only thing they're interested about. Anyway, the thing I forgot about at the beginning of this that put me on this path was Soul. The Pixar movie Soul is brilliant. I've seen it many times. It's one of those movies that just affected me. When there's a part in the middle of it when Jamie Foxx's character, for those of you that don't know about Soul, it's a movie about a guy who spends his life trying to chase his dreams. And at one point he's given the offer of his dreams. But he's so busy, excited about the dream part that he kind of dies for a little while because he falls into a manhole and ends up on the other side. And he spends the rest of the movie trying to get back because he's finally reached what he thinks is like the nirvana of existence. He's finally reached his dreams. He's within arm's reach of touching it. And he spends the whole movie trying to figure out a way to get back so he can undo what he's lost and get back what he's lost. I'm not going to go into that part of it too much. The only part that reminds me of it really hurt me, and it did hurt me deeply, was the fact of the part where they analyzed his life. Because he didn't have one. I mean, that was the point. He spent all his time trying to chase his dreams, and when I looked at his life, it's like, yeah, unfortunately, your existence didn't mean anything. His life was meaningless. Didn't mean anything. It's even what he tells his mother later on. He's like, I'm afraid I'm going to die tomorrow, and my life would have meant nothing. That's how I feel. That really is how I feel. I'm not going to pull it back. I'm not going to lie to you. That's how I feel. Like this, everything I've tried to do my whole life, it just seems to be a failure. Even this. I got to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know why I thought 1,000 subscribers. Just because that's what everybody said, especially in Google. You get to 1,000 subscribers and boom, there you go. Things are going to change. And it's like, Get into Purple Ocean. Got this new gig right now because Psychic Power Network is done with me. And I'm all excited and shit about it. It's only a couple days in, so it might turn out, but it's another algorithm. Here we go again, Johnny. It didn't work for fucking Medium. It didn't work for Etsy. It's not. It didn't work for Psychic Power Network. Is it gonna work this time? What do you do if you have a talent but you cannot figure out how to market it? When you think of tarot, I suppose you think of it all as a big joke. That's all it is, right? It's just entertainment. People can't actually see the future, right? I've told people about people, I've accidentally told people, I wasn't trying to tell them about people that died, but told Seema about something that was supposed to happen. The one that I wrote in another video about how she ruined everything for me because she made that skating review that fucked everything up at the network for me. Because after that, nobody wanted to actually call me anymore. But I told her that something, according to what she said, I told her that somebody's going to die, and they did. That wasn't the point. I'm not trying to scare you. It was just, this isn't a joke. It's like, that's my point. Is like, if you do it the way you're supposed to be doing it, this isn't a fucking joke. It's like, this is. And then I got the God people be like, well, you're breaking God's laws and all the rest of it. Dude, God created everything. If he created everything, it's all part of the same fucking gimmick. So you can't do that. You can't just pick and choose which shit counts. If God created the fucking everything, that means he created me. If he created me and he gave me this gift, that means he's the one that did it. Oh, the devil could have done it. Why the fuck is it the devil has all this power? God's supposed to be the guy who created the devil, right? So how the fuck does the devil have all this goddamn power? Why is he the only angel? And the worst part is, like, supposedly he fell, right? So it's like he gave up on God. He said, fuck you, God, I'm out of here. He goes off to fucking rule over hell, and somehow he has this immaculate power beyond all the other angels because he's the first one or whatever. But it's like God has no power over his own fucking angels? Why? I thought that was the whole argument. They're pissed off because God loves us more than he loves them. So it was like, so why does the devil have immense, unstoppable power if he's God? So, especially since he's supposed to be ambivalent and unstoppable and all the rest of it. So why can't he do something? He can't stop the devil? Like he's just, so what can he stop? If he can't even stop his own fucking kids, what can he do? Can he do anything? He's supposed to be omnipotent, right? Hey, Donnie. Yeah, it's your boy Satan. That's right. Yeah, everything's looking good, buddy. You just keep up the good work, all right? We'll have that fucking country just destroyed in no time. That's right, baby. You just keep it up. I love you too. I'll send you a couple girls later so you can put them in the closet and rape them to death again. What? What do you mean? No, I'm not in the air. Don't tell me this shit. I'm the one that fucking asked him. I asked God in a moment of weakness. I asked God. I said, listen, man. Right when I started doing this and I started getting my faith back, I said, listen, I'm tired of doubting myself. Give me this one thing that I know I can do without any doubt. What I should have asked is give me one thing that I have no doubt about that can make it profitable. That's what I should have asked. I ran into a friend of mine at the grocery store the other day, only to find out because she thought, it sounds so good. She was like, I need a reading, whatever. Contact her, can have a reading, and mentioned money. That was the end of that. So everybody thinks this is a joke. And then if it's not a joke, then I'm Satan. I'm one of Satan's children using that. Guys, for Christ's sake, man. When did we get such a detachment from the core of living? Is it the cell phone? Is it the cell phone? Like what is it? Like when do we get so detached from living? Like when does it the core thing about the moments of life that were supposed to be meaningful got shuffled away and stuffed into movies and television shows? When did that happen? Because it's not fair. On one hand, this is a joke, so you don't want to pay for it because it's not serious. So you just want to. This is just some gimmick that I come up with. It'll make I should work on a fucking carnival. But if I sit there and then tell you the other side of it, that I can do it, and I can actually tell you what's going on in your life, and I can tell you where you can fix your life if you just put some effort into it, well, now you're too scared because now it's reality, and I don't want reality. So I don't want the fake because it's too fake. It's just something I don't want to pay. It's goofy. I don't care. But I also don't want reality either because reality is too harsh. So what the hell do you want? Like where is the middle ground between all this? What do you want? I'm gonna make a follow-up video. It's gonna be all hunky-dory. I'm gonna just do a whole series of videos. And I'm gonna just pick the cards as I go and just be like, everything's great. I should do that anyway. Everybody just. Let do it. If I fucking lie to you and promise you everything will be fucking great, as long as just everything that you're doing in your life right now, no matter how bad it is right now, everything's just gonna be fucking peachy. You don't have to do nothing. You can just coast along and it'll all work out. Even though it's not true. You have to have faith for it to work, Mr. Vincent. Oh, what's the point of getting advice? So I have a Purple Ocean thing. I'll try to put the link in the description. I hope you'll go take a look at it. I hope somebody will even go and request it, because Purple Ocean is special. It does requests where you can request videos from me. So you can request a video from me that's only 3 minutes long, which is similar to all the other shorts that I've made on this damn thing. And then you can have your own personalized short that you can have on there. And then you can even yell at me through the text messages, or give me shitty reviews and ruin my life, or do whatever you want. But if you want to actually get something from me and you don't want to do it just by the way I've been trying to get you to do it this whole time, then by all means shoot on over to Purple Ocean, see if that makes you happy and you'll be willing to do it. I'm not holding my breath. George Carlin had no faith in humanity, and you know what? I don't either. I just wish I could get his numbers. I wish I had a sense of humor. I can actually come up with humor, but I do it more on the fly. I can't write humor. I can improvise it, but I can't write it. When I try to write humor, it doesn't come out right. But I don't have any faith in us. I think we're screwed. Because we just never learn, and we're way too old, and we just give birth to a new life form without realizing we've done it, because that's what AI really is, a new life form. I know you don't want to hear that, but it really is. And we're lousy parents. We're teaching it all the things we shouldn't be teaching it. Which is why it's running everything now. This is why I have to answer to an algorithm in order for somebody out there to see this video. Just like I have to answer to an algorithm, apparently, so Purple Ocean will actually give me more clients. This is why you have to answer to an algorithm every time you pick up the phone and call anybody now. Because now you have to talk to a computer instead of a person. So what are all the persons supposed to do? Don't worry, I know you don't know. And more importantly, you don't care. Follow your gut to break the strand. I think that's for me. Follow your gut to break the cycle. And that's what I've done. That's why I made this video. You're going to like it, you don't like it. You know what? Maybe it doesn't matter whether you like it or you don't like it. Maybe I shouldn't care whether you like it or you don't like it. Because just like the whole thing against Christopher Nolan, because nobody has any faith in him at all, which is fucking weird considering he's had hit after hit after hit after hit. And I'm not saying, maybe the Odyssey won't be a good movie. Maybe it's going to be a bad one. Who knows? Nobody makes perfect fucking movies. Scorsese doesn't make perfect fucking movies. He didn't hit it every single time. Spielberg certainly hasn't. But that doesn't, shouldn't we still give him the benefit of the doubt? And should we crucify him if it doesn't work out? Like, why is everything got to be a fucking, why are we the ones suddenly being the judge, jury, and executioner of everything in fucking life? I don't know shit about what's going on. I don't know what the fuck he's doing and why. I don't know why he decided to do what he did. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I can sit here and tell you I didn't like it, but I got no right to fucking put him on a cross and set him on fire, do I? Like, I didn't like it. Okay, so I found something else to watch. Big deal. I'll go watch The Prestige again. Like, it's not the end of the world that he fucking took a shot and missed. I mean, is that really what we want? Do you want a fucking world where everything is scrutinized to such a point where every fucking line you say for the rest of your life and every word you utter for the rest of fucking existence is going to be held to such a standard that if you say the wrong word in the wrong place, your entire life is destroyed? Is that the world you want to fucking live in? Because here's the thing. None of us are going to survive. You're going to fucking say something that's going to piss somebody off. It's guaranteed. It's not even possible anymore to actually be in public eye and say anything and not be able to piss somebody off. It is absolutely going to happen, no matter what, despite your best intentions. Somebody's going to take something out of context. They're going to get triggered. And the worst part of it is, like, there's people out there hunting for you. There's always haters out there trying to find a way to fuck you over and take away your livelihood. So it's like, all you got to do is just say the wrong thing in the wrong place. Somebody else makes a big deal out of it, and then somebody else that's trying to get rid of you finds out. And is that really the world you want to live in? Because that's the world we are living in right now, where everybody and their cousin has to watch out for every little fucking thing they say and do, because God forbid, on the fucking altar, we all have the right to just torture you and crucify you based on whatever the fuck we don't like, instead of just changing the fucking channel. You know, considering all the different media that's out there and all the streaming services, whatever. You don't like Christopher Nolan's movie? Fine. Go watch something else. Why the fuck isn't that the way we just handle things? Just go watch something else. Or make a joke about it. But this idea that you want everybody to join together and burn it to the cross is fucking insulting and stupid. You want to make a witch hunt every single time somebody makes something you don't like. Why? It didn't work for the witches. The funny thing is, what people don't understand is today you're in the fucking crowd doing the burning of the witches, and then tomorrow you'll be the witches. That's if you think you can escape, if you think you're not above all of this, and somehow you're not going to be caught one day, you will. I promise you. You will say something the wrong day. You will be in their position one day, and you will be on the cross. Because it's not about logic or reason. It's about hatred. It's about just mob mentality. It's about going along with the fucking crowd instead of thinking for yourself. And it's like, unfortunately, that is exactly, there's nothing else right now. The mob is in control. So you can play with it. As long as the mob is out there burning people alive, you'll be fine with it until they come for you. And they will. They will come for you. You cannot escape. Once you start devaluing people in society, it's a domino effect. And it's all based on one simple thing. Either you have the power and the money, or you don't. And I promise you, for almost all everybody watching this channel, watching this video, assuming you even made it this far, you don't. I don't. You don't. They do. And when they want you gone, they'll make sure you're gone. So if you want to go out there and join the little lynch mobs and all the rest of it because you don't know what else to do and you can't think for yourself, fine. But tomorrow you'll be the one that gets lynched. History repeats itself, and it's repeating itself right now. You know, one last thing I'll say for this is everybody's always been wondering whether or not we're turning into a communist country or turning into a Nazi Germany country. You know what I think? I was thinking about this yesterday. I think we're both. I think we're going to be a mutation. It'll be you take communism on one side, the worst of communism that's ever been, and you take the Nazi Germany on the other side, and we blend them together to get this configuration of a mutated monstrosity that is the new America, where everybody inside will be so incredibly fucking stupid, but communism will exist to regulate all of our thinking and thoughts and all the rest of it, and jobs and all the rest of it, but at the same time, we'll also be executing undesirables and shit and fucking do all the rest of it. So it'll be like worse. It's like taking the two worst evils in the world and putting them together and putting a big old red, white, and blue flag on it. But that's just what I think. Does it matter? I don't know if anything does anymore. And besides, like I said earlier, I think I'm dead. This is all just in my head. You're not real anyway. None of this is real. This is all just me refusing to accept the fact that I'm not here anymore. So, whatever. I'm not supposed to say this according to Google, but I'm going to anyway because I just don't give a shit. If you like this channel, please like this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel because there's more crazy shit coming around the corner if you're interested. If you're offended, I apologize immediately. Okay? Sorry. You don't need to write a blog. You don't need. I'm copying Bo Burnham, but yeah. I miss you, Bo, by the way, if you're watching. I know it's weird because you're going to go into the whole, well, you don't actually know me shit. Yes, I know, Bo. Thank you very much. I get it. Yeah, whatever. You make good shit, okay? You are my favorite living comedian. I miss you, all right? Take that however the fuck you want to. Well, if nothing else, at least I feel better. So maybe I'll actually see some more videos now that I actually got that off my chest. Whatever. Love you guys. Those of you that are interested, for the rest of you that hate me, hey, I need haters too, according to Cat Williams. So, thanks, I guess. And I'll see you next time. Be seeing you.